Hi there, it's Liz Yule from Old Stables Crafts again. Welcome back to my mini-series on Don't Miss Out on Celebration. Today I am bringing you this project which highlights the the Carried Away Designer Series paper from Celebration, which is on page 7. I've tried to get as many of the papers onto the card as possible without making it too busy, but hopefully it's not too busy. So remember, with Celebration, in order to qualify for one of these free items, you can't buy them, you will never be able to buy them. In order to get one of these free items, you need to put in a qualifying order, which is anything that is £45 or more, and for each £45 you get a free item, so £90 gets you two, etc, etc. So I have used the die set, which is the Up and Away Thinlet dies from the Spring Summer catalogue. It's on page 10, and it comes from the same family as the Lift Me Up stamp set, so you can get those together as a bundle, and if you bundle them you save 10%, and by bundling them you also, if you get the stamps on wood mount, you will be spending £47.50, so you qualify for Celebration. Or with the clear mount, you get it's £41.25, so you just need to add a little bit more, and then you will qualify for Celebration. So you can get those two as a bundle, and they are gorgeous. I mean, the sentiments are just lovely. So, you know, hope your day is on cloud 9. Happy birthday, love is in the air. Just a note to lift your spirits. I mean, that's just such a lovely thing to send someone. So yeah, some really fun sentiments. And you can actually, if you get the Cupcakes and Carousels set, then the basket here and this funny little cloud here, I don't know how clearly you can see that. So these two, you put them together and they make a cupcake. So that's just quite fun. So, right, let's get started, because the idea of this is to not spend too much time, so that you can spend more time looking through the catalogues and getting your Celebration items. So I have, as I say, used the Up and Away Thinlets dies. I have pre-cut the very fine balloon. I used the precision base plate for that because it is an intricate die. And I've also cut the two smaller balloons just as straight shapes, also in one of the pattern papers that are Night of Navy background, and this one I've deliberately cut with a balloon and cloud, so that there's just a bit more balloon and cloud imagery. Standard A6 card, so it's A5 cut in half, scored down the middle, and then folded in half, scored down the middle, and also scored, but on what is now the front, scored, no, on the inside, sorry. My brain really isn't going. I've got a cat in here today, and it's an interesting task filming when you've got a cat, particularly at the moment. She's lying right behind my feet, and as I stand, this could be interesting if I take half a step back. Anyway, I've scored this also at 1 1/4, which is 3 1/4 centimetres. Don't worry about any of the dimensions. They will be in the associated blog post down there. Go straight to the associated post, so don't worry. And I've also cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock just to fit inside there, because then there's something nice to write on. So 4 1/8, yeah, 4 1/8 by 5 5/8. So that's that. Then I've got a piece of the small balloons and small clouds, which will go in here. So again, 5 5/8, but this time cut at, I want to say 1 1/2. Why didn't I write that down? I didn't, but anyway, 1 1/2. Then the cloud paper is the same length, 2 7/8 wide, and then the little balloons are 1 1/4 by 5 5/8. So as I say, all the measurements and the metric versions will be on my blog. So I'm actually going to start by putting the balloon together, just so that we can then make sure that it's fully dry before before we go. I did use the fine tip glue pen when I put the original together. However, I find getting the lid back on stressful at the best of times, but on camera it's just not going to happen. It's the joys of beginning to get to middle age. I like to say the beginning to get to middle age. I think if I'm honest, I am at middle age. Yeah, so hey ho, I have to wear glasses to get it on. So that's just not going to happen. So I'm just going to use some of the all-purpose, multi-purpose instead. Don't use too much of either because you just don't need to. So don't. I'm doing the alternate colourway, so I'm starting, whereas on the original one I started with Peekaboo Peach at the bottom and then Watermelon Wonder working up. This time I'm doing it the other way round, just because I do like to have a slight difference in the ones that I make. I don't like to make the same thing twice, particularly if I can make it slightly different and just show you a different way of doing it. It's not that I don't like making cards the same. I'm quite happy to batch cards, but I want you to be able to see that there are different colourways or slightly different ways of doing things. Yeah, oops, it would help of course if I put the right piece on next. So I hope you have enjoyed Celebration. As you know, it finishes on the 31st of March and I am in mourning already. But having said that, at the very beginning of April, because I am lucky enough to be a demonstrator, and particularly lucky that I actually do this as my full-time job, for want of a better word. I don't like using the word job with this because I don't feel like it's working. I am off to Amsterdam at the beginning of April to go to our twice yearly Stampin Up convention. We are an American firm, so maybe convention. We call it On Stage, and there's always On Stage live somewhere around the world. Last year it was, or in November rather, it was in Australia. And this year it's in Amsterdam, or this time it's in Amsterdam. So there we are. I'm going to just pop this to one side and put one of our nice, heavy, chunky punches on top of it, just to make sure that it's properly stuck by the time I need it. I'm already tripping over a cat. Right, so let's pop this down. So yes, I'm off to Amsterdam, which means I get to see all the nice new goodies that will be coming out in the new annual catalogue. I will be one of the first lucky people to see them. I can't wait. And unfortunately, I will be embargoed from talking about them for a while. So as soon as I can talk to you about them, I will. But to begin with, we will be under embargo. We are, again, because I am lucky enough to be a demonstrator, but also because I'm going to On Stage. I will be able to order the new goodies even before demonstrators who aren't going to On Stage. So I will get only some. There are only some that I'm allowed to pre-order. So yeah, so this is the white and that little bit of balloon and cloud there, and then this piece I'm going to put down the front here. No, I'll put it this way around. So yes, so I will be very lucky in that I will be able to play with all the nice new goodies before even some of the other demonstrators. So I really cannot wait. It's really quite exciting. And I haven't been to Amsterdam since I was quite a wee thing. Well, I say wee thing, it's when I was at college. That was a year or 3 ago. So yeah, really, really excited. And there's a whole bunch of us going from the team. That's slightly longer than I wanted. Out of our wider team, there are going to be 18 of us going, that are direct from the person that I work with. Unfortunately, my direct team are not able to come this time because they didn't sign up soon enough. So yes, my team unfortunately will be staying at home. But if they're very, very lucky, I might at one of our team meetings give them a sneak peek of some of the new bits. only if they behave. Yeah, just so that they know what's coming. Yeah, and I'll cut that just a teeny weeny bit long, and all I'm doing is just using the edge of the card as a sort of guide to trim that off. So that's all good. Right, nearly there. So let's bring in the hopefully now dry enough balloon. So that's going to go there. Then I'll pop this one over to this side and this one over to this side, and then we'll be good to go, as they say. So I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of part of this. The little basket is just big enough to take a dimensional, and then I just need to remember which way I'm going. Right, so there. So if I pop one there, then I know that so long as I follow that diagonal and keep within that, I will be okay. I'll put a reasonable number on because it is sticking out at a bit of a funny angle. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed your celebration. If you would like to join my team, there is still time to make the most of the celebration joining up offer, which is the normal £135 of product, but you also get to select any full price stamp sets of your choice from either the spring, summer, or the current annual catalogue, and then yeah, I'll have that one there, yeah, so depending on which ones you choose, you could end up with your starter kit not being the normal £135 for just £99 with free postage and packing. You could get over £200 worth of items for your £99. So, I mean, that would just be fantastic, and I would love to join you. Love you to join my team. We have great fun. We've got Facebook pages, we have team meetings, some of them are just by Facebook Live, because not everybody is local to me, but that really doesn't matter these days because we have so many ways of communicating. So yeah, that would be great if you would like to do that. There's a link below to join my team. There's also a link to the online shop. And if you use the hostess code that runs to the end of celebration, which is UCCUKJFE, which is also on my blog, which you can get to by the associated link below, then if you use this, if your order's over £25, you become a VIP reward member, and then you get extra newsletters, extra projects that are exclusive to my VIPs, extra little giveaways, and free gifts. So it's well worth using the code. If your order is only over £150, please don't use the code, but I will add you to the club anyway, because at £150 you get your own rewards. And if you go to £200 between now and the end of March, you get an extra £20 of rewards. So instead of the usual increasing sliding scale of rewards, you at £200 you get an additional £20, which is just fantastic. So there we go. It's unusual for me to do something that's quite so the same each time, but changed up a little bit with the colours behind the balloon. But I hope you've enjoyed that. Do please hop on over to my store and buy your celebration items whilst they last. I'm hoping that the paper is still going to be here when I show this video, because I record some days in advance. In fact, I'm recording this about 2 weeks in advance, so hopefully. If you want to see more videos, subscribe. At the point of recording this, I've not quite got 500 subscribers, but jolly nearly. And when we get to 500, I will be doing a giveaway, and it will be product giveaway. So do subscribe. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to leave any comments, please do. I always reply to comments, so I really enjoy communicating with you. Or if you've got any queries, you can always go over to my blog. My contact details are on there under the About Me link. So yeah, I would love to hear from you. Hope you've enjoyed that, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.